Happy birthday, best friend!
I am not amused, Sharon!
So, it's my 22nd birthday. That's what I said. That's what we're sticking with, okay? You have any problems, you can take it up with the board of directors. Except, guess what? The board of directors in my life is me. So fuck you. I'm 22. Well, of course, I mean, one of the things that happens when you have a little milestone like a birthday is that you go on YouTube and you make a blank number of things I learned this year or over life, or, you know, just general things you learn type thing. But yeah, I guess I'm going to do that because I'm a loser and I like to follow trends, and because I really can't think of anything more unique to do, and my ear is still echoing, so fuck that. So yeah, here we go. 29 things I've learned over the last year. Thing number 1 I learned this year: love sucks. So, as you guys probably remember, I had some really shitty time with love earlier last year. It was kind of the thing that inspired me to start YouTube, actually. So, that was probably my first major lesson of my 28th year. And it wasn't fun. And it took a while to like fully get over it, fully comprehend what was going on. So yeah, love sucks. Lesson number 2 I learned, YouTube helps. I had been such a YouTube snob like ages. And I was like one of those people, I'm not gonna watch these weird little like people just making videos and posting stuff on YouTube. That's weird, that's silly, that's pointless. And between coming out last year and the stuff with Austin and other things, I just reached a point where I needed to have some affirmation. And I looked at gay YouTubers, I looked at this stuff, and I just got sucked in. And it really changed my life so much. And there is so much happiness out there, so much positivity, so much support, so much really great stuff that I was missing out on. So yeah, the second lesson I learned this year is YouTube freaking helps, and it's worth the time. It is worth it. So, lesson number 3 I learned this year is basically that things get better. So this year is when I officially came out to my family, as everyone knows, and that was stressful as hell. It was so scary because I had so many preconceptions and ideas and just sort of stuff that I was so sure was going to happen if I ever did come out. And luckily it went so well, and things just did get better. There were hard times at first, as my poor mom had to like get used to everything and figure out what this all meant, and you know, how to sort of build up from that. But once she got into it, she's been so awesome. And yeah, it may be scary, but it does get better. And I know that's a bit of a catch-all to say because, well, what if your family rejects you? well, then your family doesn't deserve you. And you can build your own family from your friends, your support, the people who will accept you. And there you go. You have a family that loves and supports you. And it may not always be easy. It may not always be the simplest route. It may not always be the most comfortable route, but things will get better as long as you push through, and never let what seems like darkness be a reason to give up. Lesson number 5. Lesson number 5 was just sort of accepting. Like I said, again, after the whole Austin thing, I went through some shit with body acceptance and feeling any motivation to better myself physically. And that was painful stuff. And once again, I found myself in sort of an area where I had these goals I wanted to reach and I didn't get there because I let life and shit and stuff just hold me back. But I think I'm at a point now where it's back. I could say that, I'm motivated for my own self. And yeah, my motivation is lacking in areas. I'm still weak in some, and I really, really need to burrow down and get this done properly. But, I'm making no stride. I'm striving towards that, and I'm doing it for myself, not because some guy said that the one thing he found most attractive about me was my body, or, things like that. Lesson number 6 is that being an uncle is one of the most awesome, amazing, superb things ever. I love my little niece so fucking much, and it's been so awesome that I am privileged enough to be able to watch her grow up the way that I am, that I'm able to be a part of her life and be able to be as much an influence to her, I would say, as her parents or her actual family are. I'm so happy that I get to be like that, and it's so much fun to watch her getting older and smarter and more clever and more of a little devious devil brat, but really, there's just nothing better than being an uncle. Lesson number 7 would be that friendship can be everything, that the friends that I have been amazing for me, have completely changed my life, and that there are so many things that I'm changing about myself, that I have changed, that are solely because of the people that I have as friends, and that they have saved me from so many dark places, and they mean everything to me. So yeah, friends are massively important, and I say that as someone who has, through the life I've had, through my autism making things so awkward, through so many factors, not really had any friends until I was like 25. So yeah, this is actually like a huge lesson for me, and it's just a shame that it came so late. Lesson number, what are we up to? 8? I think we're up to 8. Lesson number 8 would basically be take things at your own pace. People may complain that you're going too slow about things. Sometimes they may say that you're taking stuff too fast, but honestly, in the end, what feels right to you is oftentimes what's right for you. It's not to say you shouldn't listen to people, you shouldn't discredit their advice sometimes, because sometimes they do have it right, and you're the one who needs to reevaluate. But overall, if something is more comfortable, more safe, and more secure feeling for you, then go with it. And if I had gone much faster with some of the things that I had to do this year, it would have probably killed me and just been so horrendous. But I went at it slower. I went at it thinking more about how I needed to feel at the end of it. And in the cases where I did stuff like that, I think I ended up succeeding a lot more than failing or just sort of falling flat. So you know what? I'll take it. I may not be working enough for someone else's standards, but I'm doing what is right for me. Lesson number 9 is that I'm always going to forgive people, even if I probably shouldn't. And again, probably just because having friends, doing this kind of big scale socializing thing is so new to me. I didn't really realize this until really recently, but I am always going to forgive people, no matter what. I have forgiven huge betrayals of my trust, of my friendship. I have forgiven things that don't affect me, but affect a person in a way that could affect me. Like someone mistreating themselves, doing things they shouldn't be doing with their own body, and I don't know, it's a weird area, but I forgive stuff like that. I forgive, even going back to a few videos ago, even rape. Like, I think I always end up forgiving people and like wanting to sympathize and understand. But even if I don't reach that point, even if there isn't anything beyond the last horrible thing someone's done to me, I still just forgive. Cause why hold on to that? And once something's been done, you yourself can't do anything about it because the action is already on another person. So I could apologize for things I did, but that won't make a difference. But the things done to me, I can always fix those, and the easiest way to do that is just to forgive. Lesson number 10. Eventually, there's always a point in your life where it is good, if not better, to think about yourself rather than other people. And even though I kind of learned this, I still struggle with it a lot. There's still way too many things I do not want to do with my life that I do not want to progress in because of things like my mom and her health status and the things she needs to have done. But overall, like, I am making a push towards doing stuff for myself, like this LA Pride thing. It's going to be totally just me and something for me, and I'm excited for that. But it's taken me a long time to get to where I felt like I had the right to do something like that, to like strike out on my own while there's someone who is more or less depending on me. It's pretty big. Lesson number 11. You're my reason for developing. Okay, I'm not talking about like my YouTube audience specifically or any really specific person even, but the general gist of this is basically that if I'm going to develop myself, if I'm going to prove myself, it has to be because it's what someone else wants. Like, there's just something about me and myself and such. I don't feel the motivation to improve myself for my own sake. In most cases. In some cases, I kind of do. Like the fitness thing, that is really for my own sake. But other little things, like I had a friend who really wanted me to get over some of my nervous tics and my problems and be able to be better and easier when it comes to socializing, being casual, being comfortable around other people. And honestly, up until that point, I had no reason to feel like there was a problem with how I was like that. I could accept how I was, I could deal with it, and if anyone else couldn't deal with it, tough shit. But because he wanted me to improve on that, I was able to do it. And that's basically it. Like, I can improve qualities in myself easily if I have a proper reason. And for me, my reasons are other people. Of course, I had to save this for 12 because, well, it's a Doctor Who reference, but number 12. Sometimes there is no right choice, but you still have to make it. Like, one particular problem I've had over the last year was a series of incidences with a friend where I kept having to make a choice, and there was no right one. There was always something that was going to hurt me, hurt him, hurt people in our lives, just always something that could go wrong with whatever option. And in the end, I had to go with options that were still bad, that still were mistakes and still were going to do bad things, but would have done the least amount of bad compared to the others. And it still didn't work. But looking back, I honestly don't see how I could have done things any better. And caused any less pain, caused any less of the big changes that happened as a result of those decisions. Of course, in 213, which is another Doctor Who thing, we're all capable of the most amazing change while still being true to who we fundamentally are as people. And of course, the first thing that taught me this was the wonderful transformation of the Doctor into the 13th version, played fabulously by Mrs. Jodie Whittaker. Where's it, Miss? Well, Jodie Whittaker. She is fabulous as the Doctor, and I love her so much, and I am so excited for Series 12 and Series 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 and 17. And I noticed it too in myself. Like, I had people that were pushing me to change parts of myself, to make things better, to do things differently. And for them, I did it, but it's there now. It's permanent. It's part of me. And it's amazing. I've literally changed in a lot of ways. And it's not always a huge way. It's not always the biggest, but it's there, and it's something that's always going to be a part of me. And that's amazing. 14. Betrayal is tempered by love. I had a friend who betrayed me in a really, really big way, and then proceeded to betray me again, and again, and again, and then in a huge, humongous, biggest of all possible ways way. But the funny thing is, I was able to forgive him. All those times I was able to try to understand why he was doing the things he was doing. And the reason I was able to do that is because it's my friend. And if you're my friend, I love you. And I'll always try to see the good side of you, the good side of things, the things that are motivating you. So it's not endless, but I can handle being betrayed by someone if I care about them, because they as a person matter more to me than any single action they may have done. We live very short lives, and I don't want one temporal thing to be the cause of a whole lifetime of regret. 15. I will never, ever let someone be hurt if I can help it. I had a friend go through a breakup, and I was there trying to help him through it in every single way I could. I was supporting him. I was helping him with stuff so he could pay for things that he couldn't pay for now because of this breakup. I was providing as much emotional support as I could. I was trying to do everything within my bounds. And, you know, I saw him in a really bad way at one point, and I literally, when I saw how sad he was, how defeated, how depressed he was, literally one of the first things in my mind was that I just wanted to go and fucking kill his ex. I wanted to go after that person. I wanted to hurt them. I wanted to make them feel as bad as he did, and then worse. It just got me so pissed off. And then when someone else was getting hurt by their boyfriend slash ex slash it was a very complicated thing, again, I got really pissed off because of them being hurt, because they didn't deserve it. No matter what they were doing, they did deserve to be put through what they were being put through, the way they were being put through it. So I stepped in and did stuff. And I feel like I did the right thing, but maybe I didn't. It's complicated, but I'm not going to just sit idly by and watch people get hurt. Never. Love hurts. This is number 16, by the way. Love hurts. Love hurts so fucking bad. And it hurts because you can't control it. Like, I have one friend who thinks you choose to fall in love. Fuck no, I would never have chosen to fall in love the way I did, the times I did. Because it just fucks you in the end. I fell in love with people at the wrong time. I fell in love with them when I shouldn't have, when it just wasn't smart. Or even times where I kind of knew it wasn't even going to work out. Or times where it could work out, but I just had to wait to see. Like, if I know someone who almost always wins, almost always gets the things they want, is pretty much almost always a success, why would I be with them when I know I'm not like that? And I know they're not really going to relate with my view of the world because they have always, at least recently, always gotten what they wanted. But I don't, and I've learned to settle for that. I've learned to be okay with not getting the stuff I want. Like, I don't see someone like that being able to be with someone like me. But when that person has experienced their own major loss, all of a sudden the whole thing has changed, and I think they could understand my stances on stuff a bit more. But then again, that loss didn't stick, and they ended up winning again, going right back to where they always were. So I didn't actually have anything in common with them anymore. I didn't have any sort of basis for our worldviews to mesh, I felt. I made a whole freaking video about this, but I'm going to repeat it again for this video because that's the whole point of this. And yeah, my viewfinder is annoying me right now, so I'm just going to move it out of the way. Patience. I have a huge amount of it. And if you matter to me, if you're important to me, then, like I said in my video, my patience will last for the first second of eternity. And I have been put through the rigor patience-wise with some people, with some person, people. Yeah, people. But I got all the patience in the world, and I don't necessarily have to expect things to happen a certain way, but if they do come out a certain way, then I'm prepared and I've already made my peace with it and my plans for it, and I'm ready for it. So patience is always going to be my thing. It's okay to not have a plan. And I know this is one of those things a lot of people worry about, a lot of people have problems with. Everyone thinks you have to have a plan, you have to know what you're going to do. No, you don't. My life right now is just full of variables, full of things I can't control, full of things that I do not want to just get rid of or end just to serve my own needs, to serve my own little plan, as it were. So you know what? I'm not going to have a plan. I'm not going to plan for things that have way too many variables and things that I can't control. I'm not going to make plans that, I know realistically cannot even be approached until certain variables have occurred. Number 19, it's okay to just phone it in sometimes, as long as you're still making sort of an effort to actually be there. Like, again, going back to my mom, it's been at least 16 plus years of my mom, having breakdowns over some of the problems in her life, the previous regrets in her life, the mistakes, the things that she shouldn't have done. And on some level, yeah, I get a bit tired of it because I've been hearing the same problems, the same complaints, the same issues for at least, like I say, at least 16 years. But on the other hand, I'm not just giving up consoling her. I'm not giving up being there. I just sort of phoned it in a bit more, and I'm still being there. I'm still putting in the effort, but, I'm not going to pretend this is the first time I've heard this stuff. I'm not going to pretend that, this is all brand new things and have deeply invested interest in it. I know what my mom's been through. I know the stories. I know the shit she's been through. And honestly, sometimes I'm a bit tired of it. Sometimes I'm tired of hearing the same stories, the same complaints, the same issues, because you can't change the past. And why keep focusing on the bad stuff when there's a lot of other things out there? Things that she could do for her future, but she doesn't want to do because, again, things from her past, like the financial strain, the problems, the guilt, and all these little things that end up turning into excuses again. But I'm still going to support her. I'm still going to love her. I'm still going to be there to pat her on the shoulder when she has one of her little breakdowns. But I do phone it in. But you know what? I'm still trying in some way, so it's okay. Number 20. Nothing hurts as much as abandonment. I had a friend who abandoned me after the whole thing with Austin. I'm not gonna lie, it almost literally killed me. I had a moment. And then that same friend, after I did one thing that didn't even seem to be a huge deal, that didn't seem to have been done in any way that could have affected anything, that friend abandoned me again, knowing what it did to me the first time. And then they got people that we shared between us, friends we had in between us, they got them to abandon me as well. And then it turned into this whole sort of on again, off again thing where I thought I had something back and then I lost it again. And nothing hurts as much as that. Nothing kills you as much as losing people you care about. Nothing hurts like losing someone you love more than anything. And that's how I am with people I let into my life like that. I had friends I could count on one hand. I have friends that I could count on even less than a hand now. But if I let you in as a friend, it means something huge. And it just fucking sucks that I lost that. But for Lesson 21, friendship means nothing. And I say that not to discredit any of my friends still standing, no, but for the friends I lost, because the thing that really, really hurt is that I had a friend who meant the world to me, who did so many things good for me, but then after one little problem, basically he looks because it gets so, at one point, after a weird spell of stuff happening, he says to me basically, I have no emotional connection with you. But we're still friends after that. And then, after a bad thing happens, supposedly, it turns into we're less than acquaintances. And then all of a sudden it said, talk to me, talk to anyone I have in my life, and I will do everything I can to destroy yours. Like, I know I have receipts. I have so much to tell me that this person did care, that this person did value our friendship. Literally, he said he wanted to give it up before, but he thought there was too much value in it. And he wanted to keep trying, keep working on our friendship together. So, for it to be at this point now, what even is friendship? Number 22. Nothing hurts as much as having to break a promise. I had to break a promise to someone about keeping their secrets because I saw their secrets causing them to do harm to people they really, really cared about, to people they were supposed to be protecting and cherishing. I saw them throwing accusations and trying to find fault and trying to make this person feel guilty for stuff they never did. And I had to break my promise. I had to let those secrets out because I knew those secrets were the reason behind this toxicity. And I saw that do good. But then I had to break another promise. I had a friend make me promise them that I would never say goodbye to our friendship. I would never give up, even if they told me to. But things changed, and I did have to say goodbye. And I wish that I hadn't. I wish I could take that back, because number 23, which is that life goes on. It hurts, it sucks, it's bullshit, every little thing hurts and is painful, but life goes on. And do I want it to go on? Not always. Do I see the positive in it going on? Not always. Do I want to keep going on. Yes, because I have plans, I have ideas, I have things that I want to do for myself. I have things that I want to develop. I have other friendships that I want to nourish and build on. I have family, both blood and heart, that I want to develop with and grow with and be there for. So, yeah, life goes on. The fuck ups will always be there, but you don't have to let them have control over everything. Found some cool lighting for the last few, and I thought, why not? It's a bit awesome. 24. Friendships can arise from the friendships we lose. And yeah, I lost 2 people very dear to me, but I gained others, and so far none of these friendships are like on the same level, which is kind of sad, but still, they can grow, they can develop, it can get there in the end. And these are good people, they're friendly people, they've been there for me, they've supported me, they've listened to me complain, and you know what? It's awesome. Mothers are magical. My mom is amazing. She has been amazing through so many things, through supporting me coming out, supporting me as someone who wants to go to Pride, supporting me in just sort of developing more. And my best friend's mom, she is awesome. She supports me a lot. She has been there for me. She is just such a sweet and genuine and lovely person, and I love her so much, and she's practically adopted me, and I am now my best friend's brother. And, you know, I just have a lot of good luck with mothers. I suppose in some funny way I have like 3 moms now. Just because I have friends whose mothers have all taken me under their wing and just been there and supported me, and I wouldn't give them up for anything. I love all my moms because they're awesome in a way that no one else could ever be. Because mothers are something special. I could do this. Number 26, I could do this. Yes, I can. I could definitely bloody well do this. And everything in life is scary. Everything in life is new. There are so many things I can't explain, I can't understand, that terrify me. But you know what? I can do this. I'm going to be going to LA Pride on my own. I'm going to be spending almost 2 weeks in LA on my own. And that is fucking terrifying. I'm shocked I haven't pissed my pants every day for the past month. But you know what? I'm going to do it because I can do this. I can succeed. I can be amazing. And the only thing that's going to stop me from being amazing is myself. And I'm not going to let myself do that. So, yeah. Number 27. Some promises are worth keeping. I mentioned a friend making me promise to never say goodbye to our friendship, no matter what, even if he told me to literally say goodbye. And on the one hand, I kind of failed, because I did end up saying goodbye because I felt like, well, first of all, I had no choice in the matter, the way things worked out, but also I felt like it was the best thing to do to improve his quality of life, to improve the things that he was working on, to help the stuff that inevitably put us in that situation. So, on the one hand, yeah, I feel like, alright. But on the other hand, you know what? I decided, completely on my own, I am going to keep that promise, no matter what. So, just because I said goodbye doesn't mean I am going to say goodbye, if that makes sense. I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to be listening. I'm still going to be looking in, making sure everything is all right. And the moment something isn't all right, the moment that they need help, the moment that this person needs me back, the moment that that person just needs anyone, and I happen to be the closest or most convenient person there, I will be there. No matter what. It doesn't matter what they've done. It doesn't matter what they've said. It doesn't matter how many times they've tried to hurt me, how bitter they've been, how anything. I'm going to be there. Because I made a promise. I'm never saying goodbye. And you know what? I mean it. And even though it seems like I broke that promise, I take it back. Because I'm fucking keeping it now. I'm gonna be there. Number 28. I'm gay. I'm single. I'm fat. Well, fat-ish. And you know what? That's okay. We have all got our imperfections. We've all got things that we need to fix. We all have weird little things. It's part of what makes us unique. It's part of what makes us human. Allegedly. I hope not. I'm not too gung-ho on this whole human thing. I think it's a bit of a mistake, to be honest. But, yeah, you know what? I need to stop fucking hating my imperfections so much. I should still try to improve things that need to be improved. Obviously, yes, everyone should do that. But it doesn't mean that I have to hate all these parts of myself while I'm working on that. Why not just accept things? Like, yeah, my body isn't perfect, but you know what? I look pretty good. Yeah, I'm gay, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm proud of that shit. Gay and proud, motherfucker. I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. So what? Just means I've found the right person. No shame in that. Hold out. 29. I'm gonna say, when all else fails, be the doctor. Never be cruel, never be cowardly, never give up, never give in. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. That hate is always foolish. Love is always wise. Never eat pears. And always remember that love isn't just an emotion. Love is a promise. Do things not to win, not to beat somebody, not just to get ahead. Do things because they're right, because they're decent, and above all, because they're kind. I haven't always done nice things. To the friends I've hurt, the friends I've lost, there were decisions I made that couldn't be good, that couldn't be nice, but they were kind. They did the least amount of damage. They saved people from unnecessary hurt. And in the end, I probably would do things the same for the most part. I don't know. But I've tried to do right. And I've tried to be kind. And in some ways, I see it. I see them being happy. I see them smiling. And you know, I feel like I did the right thing. I lost. Yes, I lost. I lost so much. But they are happy. So they've won something. And I think that's worth it. If you're going to be the doctor, you're going to make mistakes. Everyone does. Even 2,000-year-old Time Lords. But the thing that show has taught me through all of its 55 years in existence, can we just yay for that? But the one thing that show has taught me through and through is that you have to keep going. You have to keep trying. And you have to do the best you can. This has been the 29 Things I Learned in my 29th year on this earth. Happy birthday to me. Fuck no, I hate being 29. Can I go back to being 18 again? There's so many things I want to redo. But yeah, this was that video. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. And you know what? I will see you in the next video. And just remember, life always gets better as long as you go at it brick by brick. See you guys.